returning to our original shelter. Original shelter means you're safe. Like the child in the arms of the mother. Just saying that phrase, I'll just end with this. I was in an airport in, I don't even remember what city in China. And because I don't speak Chinese, I couldn't talk to anybody. But there was a little child that got separated from his or her parents, I don't remember. And they started crying, looking. But the crying then became wailing. And the wailing became screaming. And people that were seated in the lounge, naturally, they stopped what they were doing, they were paying attention to this screaming child. Some tried to be the surrogate mother, no good. Pick up the child, rattle something to distract the attention, nothing. Wherever the parents had gone, finally they came back. The mother picked up the child, some sobs, some sighs, and contentment. Magic. Stop. Safe in the arms of the mother. Nobody else but your mother. There isn't any other, just as yesterday evening, Buddha was saying, there isn't another position other than the shelter of your lotus feet, Krishna. That's the why, and it's also the what. And Sharanagati is all of those plus the how. And it's the life of a devotee at different stages, up to the stage of perfection, from the stage of the beginning. Just as the Bhagavatam is for the Agha, Janata Agha, the sinful population of the stage of Pali, up to the Mahabhagavata, Uttama, Adhikari, Vaishnavas, and everybody in between. And there's sort of stages of submission and surrender. So my next session is going to be the Advaita section of the songs. We have some time before breakfast. Any comments or questions? Do we have a microphone? Where's our sound man? You have a strong voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't understand the straw between the teeth.
It's a cultural expression of humility. Straw, it's the psychology behind it is straw is not even grass. Grass, you step on grass, you go. Straw is grass that's cut. It doesn't go up again, it stays down. And it's insignificant. So, as insignificant as straw is, I place a straw in my teeth and come before you. It's an expression, poetic expression or a cultural expression of total abject humility. The straw in my teeth. In front, you have a microphone, you can use it.
I've heard in the third canto classes that mind, during the whole creation, mind is false ego plus goodness, and intelligence is false ego plus passion. I was just trying to understand, because most of the times it feels like mind is passion. That's how I
Do you understand the question? Probably not. In the third canto, I understand the question, I'll say. In the third canto, one of the last sections of the third canto is describing the unfolding of creation. From the clans of Mahavishnu coming in contact with Pradhan, the living entity in time, contact Pradhan, and agitate Pradhan. And then the elements start to unfold because the Pradhan is the undifferentiated warehouse. The totality of material existence, material energy, but not differentiated, all mixed up, jumbled up. So the first element that separates out is false ego. And then false ego mixes with the modes. When false ego mixes with the mode of goodness, the mind is produced. When false ego mixes with passion, material intelligence is produced. When false ego mixes with ignorance, the Panchabhuta, the five gross elements, and other things are produced. The senses and the sense objects. It's very busy over there in what ignorance is interacting with false ego. So her question is, could you explain how it is that false ego mixing with the mode of goodness produces the mind? Because it seems to me the mind is passionate. So it would make sense to me that when the false ego mixes with goodness, the intelligence would be produced, not the mind. And by practical experience, the mind is what's carrying me, and it's filled with desire. So the answer is, this is describing the elements before karma becomes activated. It's just, the pristine element, unmixed, like air that's not polluted. Or water that's not polluted. Or anything that's not polluted. After polluted, certainly the mind becomes agitated by other modes besides goodness. But the element itself is the element, material element, that is essential to connect us with the spiritual position. Now, intelligence is also needed, but that intelligence that's needed is different than the material intelligence. Material intelligence is to fulfill the desire of the mind. Material intelligence is to fulfill the desire of the mind. Spiritual intelligence is to fulfill the desire of Krishna. Idami buddhi yogam tam yenamavapiyantite. Krishna gives that kind of intelligence, how to get to Krishna, unto those persons who tesham satyate yuktanam vajatam priti purvakam. It's a different intelligence than the material intelligence. Material intelligence is also passionate. The mind contaminated by carrying material conceptions and material desires. It's all over the place. Goodness, passion, ignorance, and mixed. Sometimes and sometimes. In its pure state, the mind connected with the personality of Godhead is pure goodness, not just material goodness. Its function is, it's essential that the mind, manmana, that's beyond goodness, is the real function of the mind. So before mixing with anything else, just the element stands alone. False ego contacting mode of goodness. The mind comes. It's already there, just jumbled up. It's manifest that way. A lot of times a great science. I'd like to tell you more. It's a great science. Over the Memorial Weekend, we're going to be conducting a retreat, saying yes to Krishna. The theme is quite similar to Sharanagati, but it's going to be more specific. And maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this on Sunday. I'll just give some smidgens. But spiritual sound acts differently than material sound on consciousness. And according to, again, Krishna's teaching to Uddhava, there's the sound that we hear, material sound, and there's 3 other kinds of sound that we don't hear. I mean, here's one real obvious one. But it's Vedic, thousands of years ago. As we're sitting here, there's so many sound signals passing. Hopefully your phone isn't off mode or vibrate mode, because if not, someone calls you. There's a sound signal coming to your phone, or radio, or whatever. There's so many, just as we're sitting here, you can't hear them, because we don't have a receiver. But if the receiver is at the right frequency and on, then you hear it. Then there's sounds that are just within the mind. That there's no broadcaster, no receiver that can pick them up, unless you're a mind reader. We may not even be aware of those sound vibrations within the mind. Then there's stored ones. They haven't even sounded yet, like seeds of sound. It's really fascinating. This is